I'ma just take over the game, baby, yeah. Let me show you how to be a star.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first game's out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Lawrence going to put it up right away. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the two-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
On first down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Lawrence will throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Faison. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Jags, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Taylor. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Kirk now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. The Jaguars are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's here.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 80 yards. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Taylor looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. Here's Taylor again, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts have cut the lead back down to 2. They'll let Taylor try and run. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at work.
Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. A tremendous pursuit that time for the middle linebacker position. He had to cover a lot of ground to get in and make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And taken right at the 35. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're...
And this is going to be intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Lawrence rolling to his left. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Darnold. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Darnold. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Jags will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, have 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away. Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on. Play action. It's Lawrence. Going deep downfield for Ross. They got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the handoff, Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Zach Moss, who played high school football downstate near Miami. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it, and Bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Etienne is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Etienne once more.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Henderson will try and run for the 1st. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Darrell Henderson, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Running left, Taylor.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And here we go on 4th. Darnold looking for Campbell downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
On the handoff, this is Taylor.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now Darnold. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Paris Campbell from 13 yards out. And the Colts are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Frank Reich going to tell the offense to go for 2. They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here's Lawrence.
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 64 yards.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
On the set. Hey, Johnson. Hey, keep it. Hey, Echo. Let's go.
Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. John Ross from 19 yards away. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And they will stop him short. They get him at the 27, no first down. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a give to Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Darnold. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Darnold now to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Another toe for Etienne. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The extra point hits the left upright, but goes through anyway. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Taken at about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Jags grab it. They find some open field here. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Faking the give, Darnold. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One last throw down for Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with